Fatality. Flawless victory.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit. If that's not Shaquille O'Neal and left, that baby's out of here.
Alright, take me out to the ball game. Hey everybody, Sparky here. With our next project in line, we got a 1963 Major League by Williams. This is a pitch and bat machine. I will give you a rundown of what we're going to do with this machine. This belongs to a good friend of mine, Justin, and we're going to do a complete cab restore and then some on this machine. It's going to be a bit of a tribute to his father, and that's why it makes it extra special. So let me give you a rundown of this machine, which was in somewhat working order, but as you can see, as you're going to see, it's got some wear and tear on it. Okay, so let me grab the camera and show you around the machine. So on the back box, there's nothing much right now in there. The guy that will be doing the mechanicals, Robert Baraki, will be taking care of that. I've just got the cab to do. So yeah, as you can see, the schematics are inside and they're kind of ratty. I'm going to see if I can repro those. Rest of the paper is good. And if you're wondering, over here usually you get the running man unit. And up top you got the scoring and all the mechanisms. So it's really cool. Most of the stuff's in the head. You can see this is a very, very wide back box. The cabinet itself is very long, so if you're going to have this machine in your house, you have to make sure you got the space for it. It's longer than your standard pinball, but it's almost a foot. Okay, so the playfield looks pretty good. We got some typical dirt here. No wear spots per se. Usually baseball machines don't have much wear, except maybe in the ball trays here. Here it's just really dirty. So we're going to clean that up real nice. Maybe repaint this flap here to make sure that it's just clean. Just a little ratty right now. We're going to polish the metal on it as well. The launch ramp for the home run shots. The holders for all the instruction cards and a little trim here. The biggest thing on the, well, it's not part of the playfield per se, but it's on the cabinet, is we have this translite here. It's made out of plexi. As you can tell, it's got some wear and tear. This has been really mashed up. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Mechanisms look okay in here. We'll be sandblasting and repainting this to make sure it's okay. It's really dirty though. As you can tell, we had some severe cracking, some really lame repairs on this over time, but I mean, I can't blame them for it. It is what it is. And we have to make sure if we do a plexi with a translite, I have to make sure this is clear, because that's where the extra inning when lit light goes on, as you can see right here and here. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this thing. I'm going to just put this here for now. As well, let's look at the cabinet. The problem we have is that she is painted green. Not original. The original color, it's not this nicotine white, but it's white with kind of very thin red flecking. We're going to try to reproduce this. Control panel itself, very nice. I'm not going to touch it per se. I just sand and repaint the edge here. Everything else is nice. There are a few chips here, but I mean, that's, I call it character more than anything else. We're going to polish up the hardware. The bat's kind of rusty here, so we're going to polish that up. Let me get that out for you. Oh yeah, well, let's take a look at the coiner while we're at it. It looks okay. Could use a bit of polishing. The 10 cent and 25 cent little signs here, usually these are painted, and then the letters are clear, the numbers are clear. So we're going to try to inlay some paint in here to make that pop again. Mechanism looks okay. There's nothing much in here. We do have really enough, a lot of dimes in here, so it's been played. So we're going to polish all this up. Let me get the mechanism, the control panel out. That's already been disconnected, so we're okay with that. There we go. Put this aside. Yeah, you can see these little light panels here. We're gonna try to get something better than this. I'll try to get some thin whitish paneling. I have some that's pretty thick. I don't know if the light will shine through very well. This is just to basically light up the playfield. So we're gonna change these out because these are kind of rotty. And yeah, let me lift the playfield here. I'm just gonna put the camera down 1 second so I can get that up. Hopefully without the cabinet falling over. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, the mechanisms are all here. Kind of dirty. I won't be touching these too much. I'll probably clean them out a bit just to help Robert out, make sure everything's okay. And you see all the dimes on the bottom. Cabinet smells like the 60s, typical. Not too much damage though. It's a pretty solid cab. I won't have much wood to fix. I mean, the biggest issues I'm going to have is that translight and some metal reshaping here. Somebody tried to break into the machine, and you know, and a bit of work on the bottom. Basically, the playfield bottom, the paneling bottom is a bit falling out. Let's do the edges of the side panels coming off. Again, maybe we can look under and see a bit. There we go. Yeah, see, here we go. See, you got a little edge here coming off. Just the typical splitting here. So we're gonna fix that all up. So yeah, this is gonna be a great little machine. I'm gonna fix her up. As for the playfield itself, I'm not gonna do much as well under. You know, while I'm polishing some metal, I'll probably grab some of like the rails here and a couple of assemblies, buff things clean. Otherwise, I don't want to mess around with it too much. I'm not an expert in electromechanicals, but I do like to learn, so I'll probably just try to look at what I can learn off these things. These are great machines to have in a collection if you have a lot of games. One machine alone, you might find it a bit on the boring side, but this is a great game to have if you have a large collection, at least 5 or 6 games. And it's a piece of nostalgia. We don't see these that much anymore. The ones with the Running Man units do fetch a fair price, strictly because of the cool factor of them. And otherwise, you can get a decent pitch and bat for a fairly good price. Some from the 70s you can get for $300-400 bucks. These, I believe, you're looking in the $1,000, $2,000, even $3,000 range, and some even go even higher than that. So yeah, we're gonna do a nice job on this, clean it up, and let's get started. We got a whole bunch of disassembly to do, and a lot of polishing, a lot of cleaning, a lot of woodwork, revarnishing this oak, sanding it down, revarnishing it because I do find it a rough side. Yeah, it's going to be a real cool machine. Another piece of history being restored. So, stay tuned. More to come.